We will jump right into it. And here we are on the map, Antiga Shipyard. That's right, in the top left-hand corner of the map, it is the red Protoss player, EGINcontrol. And in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, the blue Protoss player, it is LiquidTaeja. A little bit of PvP action going down on the map, Antiga Shipyard, from two of my favorite pros. Okay, to be fair, one of my favorite pros, and then another pro that I root for when he's in tournaments. EGIncontrol, one of my favorite pros in the Starcraft 2 community, and LiquidTaeja, he's on Liquid, and they're one of my favorite teams, obviously. I'm a foreigner, so whenever he plays in a tournament, I root for him. Both very good at their craft. LiquidTaeja, I do pick to win this game, because I still don't think EGIncontrol is at the caliber of a top StarCraft 2 Korean pro yet. But EGIncontrol has certainly improved a lot in the past couple months, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what some solid, steady practice and continual improvement can do for him. PvP, I say this about like every matchup, but it has changed so much since its inception, as we see EGIncontrol scouting on 12 and throwing down that gateway. It used to be you just 4-gated each other all the time, and if you did anything else, you died to a 4-gate. Now, however, we see players trying 1-gate fast expands, Colossus, air builds even, and I think it's awesome that both players, from every part of the world understood that PvP sucked and just said, we need to do something about it. And it helped when Blizzard started adding chokes to every single main, because when you add chokes to mains, it makes 4-gates really hard because you have to get vision up the ramp and then blink in. But when they added these ramps, it forced 4-gate away. And in addition, when they increased the warp gate research time and they lessened the ability of the time that it took to build units, just absolutely changed the way the matchup is played. You know what? That's actually a great point, Echo. I'm a moron. Taeja's actually Terran. I'm actually thinking that, because this was part of EGIncontrol's replay pack, and he is actually a Terran player. So this was part of EGIcontrol's official pack, so I don't think this is like a fake Taeja. But you're right, this could be Hero played on an account, like at a tournament or at practice or something. I could actually look it up in the pack that I downloaded from him. Oh wow, sorry, my mouse just freaked out. So if you're just tuning in, I usually don't have terrible camera work. I was just really curious about this now. Yeah, I don't know. So Taeja, I'm going to refer to him as Taeja, because I don't know, but it's certainly something I'm going to check after this cast. But EGIncontrol, if this is actually Taeja, EGIncontrol should win this because it's PvP. And we do see the Stargate going down now for Taeja. Stargate is headed out, and that will probably be some Phoenixes. Which we'll get around here, we get 2 Phoenixes to harass the probe line. Maybe pick up a Zealot or a Stalker or 2. And it looks like EGIncontrol is going to go for some Robo. Going to go ahead and get his Robo up, get his Observer out. Potentially make those Immortals. If he likes what he sees, he won't make Immortals. But that is kind of his philosophy right now. Get my Observer, based on what I scout, maybe make Immortals if he's going Stalker heavy, and then adapt my plan otherwise. More gateways are being thrown down now for LiquidTaeja. And what do we see back here in the base of EGIncontrol? Another gateway is being added on behind that Robo facility. And as soon as that Robo facility finishes, we will see the Observer boom right on time. And the forward pylon by EGIncontrol. So EGIncontrol looks like he does want to put on a little bit of pressure here very shortly. Getting a nice proxy position there. And something to note about this proxy position, it does allow you to warp in on the low ground. Very nicely done there, as the Stalker does come out across the middle of the map. And as it does, will we see a Stalker on Stalker battle here? We do. First shot goes to EGIncontrol. First 3 shots go to EGIncontrol. 4 shots. Not good control there by LiquidTaeja. We do see here gateways are morphing for LiquidTaeja. Phoenixes are coming out. As I said, 2 Phoenixes are out. A 3rd is on the way. And he skipped the Observer. Or no, he didn't. It's just really slow on getting its way over there. So the Observer's getting over there, and the Immortal will not help a whole lot against this Stargate play. Will the Observer go in the right location? There it is. There's the Observer. We'll scout it just at the last possible second. Didn't mean to hit the APM tab. I am all over the place right now. Absolutely all over the place. Got myself all thrown off guard. We do see EGIncontrol. What's he doing back home? LiquidTaeja is moving out. 2 Stalkers are in position to defend his probe line. More gateways are being thrown down here, and I wouldn't mind seeing a Stargate as a response. I think Stargate PvP would just be awesome. And 1 probe does get picked up and die. Maybe 2 probes. 2 probes do die. 1 Phoenix does take a little bit of damage. Taeja, some good control on those Vikings. And what do we see here? Oh, a Twilight Council being proxied. 50% of the way done. Did Taeja scout that? He actually did scout that. So that is pretty much not fun at all for EGIncontrol. Don't know what kind of tech he wants to do with that. I don't think a hidden blink would be very good. Probably Dark Templars if we know EGIncontrol at all. Likes those not cheesy units, just those quirky units. But there is the blink. That is going down. The blink is going to help him out a lot, especially if he can push across the map. Because as great as 3 Phoenix are at harassing a main, they are not good at defending a base. Especially with an Immortal that will be able to destroy any kind of ground stuff. Because look back home. This represents the army at home for LiquidTaeja. That gets eaten by an Immortal. An Immortal beats the entire army of LiquidTaeja right now. An Immortal with a little bit of support. Units are being rallied across the map for EGIncontrol. Does LiquidTaeja spotted out this pylon yet? He has. So there are no secrets for EGIncontrol, but does it matter? 50 to 50 or 50 to 59 supply. EGIncontrol hard supply blocked right now. Not very on top of his pylon production at this precise moment. But hey, things happen here. And something that should be noted, LiquidTaeja does have his own base up and running right now. That could prove to be very costly for EGIncontrol if this attack does not work. And here comes a little bit of an attack. There is an Immortal out right now for EGIncontrol and LiquidTaeja. Immortal gets lifted by LiquidTaeja. Oh my gosh, very nicely done there by Taeja. That Immortal will fall. Wow. And look at that. Immortal falling very quickly. Phoenixes, 1 does get picked off. And 48 to 59 is the supply lead for LiquidTaeja. LiquidTaeja down in army supply, but ahead in workers by 8. Being ahead by 8 workers is so imperative. That's half of a base that you're up by. Blinked into the main here for EGIncontrol with the use of the Observer. Gonna go ahead and start working on some pylons here. That pylon will depower the robotics facility. Ooh, picking off Stalkers as they pop. Gonna focus fire and an Immortal hard. Will he focus fire the other one, or will he just go home? Looks like he will just go home. Very nicely done there by EGIncontrol. Doing some damage. Picking off an Immortal. Cost efficiently, might I add. Checking out the army tab, 29 to 24. We do see EGIncontrol wants to blink up here into the main. No, goes away and decides to go home. These 2 Phoenixes are going to come back for some more harassment. They do have energy, so they will be able to pick up some units. Is EGIncontrol going to strike once again? This pylon can scout that though. Taeja sees that there is no expansion and knows that all he has to do is hold this aggression from EGIncontrol. Hold this 1 base play and the game is yours. Does this Robo Scout anything? It does not just yet. And here comes the blink into the main once again by EGIncontrol. Oh, the Immortal is not in good position. Way out front. Could take a lot of shots. Does not die, however. Pylons are all EGIncontrol can hope to pick off. 1 Immortal does pop. Does some serious shots to a Stalker. Does die, but EGIncontrol blinks out. Nicely done there by him. Doing once again a little bit of damage. Checking out the units lost time. EGIncontrol behind the net. Not trading as cost efficiently as his opponent. 3 Stalkers and a Zealot are warping in. These Phoenixes have been doing a significant amount of damage. Killing 5 workers. But looks like EGIncontrol doesn't care at all. Going to go ahead and push right up into the main. This attack has to do a lot of damage. Blink Micro going down for EGIncontrol. Not bad Blink Micro, but it looks like Taeja just has too much. Up by 30 supply. His economy way ahead of EGIncontrol's right now. And looks like here, LiquidTaeja pushing his advantage, killing every single Zealot that is left. Blink's Micro is going down for EGIncontrol, trying to preserve all of the Stalker's life. And it looks like LiquidTaeja overextending himself a little bit, will be forced to retreat. Blink Stalkers are focusing, firing down the Immortal. Oh my gosh, despite the supply lead, EGIncontrol killing off every single remaining Stalker except for 1. 3 Stalkers do join the battle here and will help pick stuff off from the high ground. Another Immortal. But what do we have here? 26 to 21. A good offensive blink there by EGIncontrol, getting great surface area on those Stalkers. Going to pick off a lot of probes and every remaining Stalker here. And nice blink there. And all of these probes are going to fall. A lot of probes dying here, especially since Zealots are now in the fray. 3 more Stalkers. Checking out the units. They have 8 Stalkers to 4 and control. And some power position. In control with money to warp in. There is a warp in going down at the proxy pylon. Another Stalker does meet its death. 3 Stalkers to 8. Another Immortal does come out. And this base is under fire there by EG's EGIncontrol. EGIncontrol, great usage of his Stalkers there to make a comeback in this game. Good offensive blink once again. Good force field does block out the sentry, or does block out the zealot, excuse me. That would have sliced and diced a lot of those probes. That Immortal. 5 life. This base is dead. Base is gone, baby boy. EGIncontrol in a power position now, actually, with a huge army advantage and a worker advantage. Now he has killed so many workers, and more warp-ins are continuing. This is great for EGIncontrol. 2 Phoenixes not doing much more harass at all. Pylons are dying left and right. The robotics bay is going to die, and look at this. EGIncontrol forcing more, requiring his opponent to have more money than he actually does. He's going to need to make a lot of those pylons very soon, but he needs his money for army. And nice offensive blink there by EGIncontrol, but has he overextended? Immortal's doing a lot of damage, and there are only 4 more Stalkers left. That Immortal finally does die, but there are a lot of full health Stalkers here. 4-2-4 is the battle here. Are these focus fire? They are. EGIncontrol focus firing very nicely there, but I feel like there is too much here for LiquidTaeja at the time being. EGIncontrol should just back up. 5 Stalkers to 5 Stalkers and a Zealot on either side. If another Immortal pops, this could be very good for LiquidTaeja. However, EGIncontrol bringing in more and more Zealots, Stalkers, and potentially Sentries later on if he so would choose. Back here, Chrono Boost going down on all the gateways. Chrono Boost all the gateways. Oh, the Zealots are in without a Sentry. Free pickoffs on the Zealots are happening, and that Zealot will die before it can hit anything, really. And look at that, all the Zealots. More Zealot control for EGIncontrol. More Stalkers for EGIncontrol. However, the Immortal will help. This battle so insane. PvP so intense. And look at this. EGIncontrol, good focus fire there. Going to be able to blink micro his way out of there. The tech, the upgrade for the blink has really what put EGIncontrol in this position. These blink Stalkers, so much more survivability, so much more mobility than LiquidTaeja Stalkers. Oh my gosh, we do see more Stalkers are coming up. Nice force field there by LiquidTaeja is going to keep those at bay for the time being. What do we have here? 9 Stalkers to 5 Stalkers. That's not really what you want to do. EGIncontrol could very well blink up here into the main. Not with the second Immortal. The 2 Immortals with all these Stalkers could be very cost efficient. I like that LiquidTaeja has not given up yet, but here are more. Oh, tried to blink one up onto the ramp and try to blink up into the main. He could now if he so chose. Good blink micro here from EGIncontrol, but not a good position with LiquidTaeja with that concave. We do see back here at the main, nice warping of Stalkers right back here. That's very good, however, for LiquidTaeja. Those Stalkers he would have liked to have used at his battle. EGIncontrol having to long distance mine now, only having 100 minerals, while his Protoss opponent has forced him out. Now only has his 600 minerals in the bank. EGIncontrol being forced to withdraw completely, it looks like. And LiquidTaeja has held the Blink 1 base heavy aggression from EG's EGIncontrol. Wow. Such good control there by LiquidTaeja. We do see here that the base has gone up for LiquidTaeja as well, and I wouldn't be surprised there if we do see that EGIncontrol expand as well. However, only 110 minerals, and it looks like EGIncontrol wants to come back out and push again. Can he take that army? That's what we need to talk about. 8 Stalkers, a Zealot, and 2 Immortals against 13 Stalkers. Ooh, it's going to be pretty close. It'll come down a lot to control. Blink up here into the main, picking off a pylon. That will supply block LiquidTaeja, actually. Oh, that's going to hard supply block him. And EGIncontrol hard supply blocking big time. LiquidTaeja, oh my gosh, all of the pylon blocking. Devastating. 380 minerals don't do you no good if you can't build any units. So nice there, and look at that. Oh, the Observer almost got picked off, and all of the Phoenixes, except for one die there. EGIncontrol long distance mining, saying, well, so what if I only have 40 minerals in 1 mineral patch? I only need 1 Nexus. Wow, great job there. EGIncontrol, there's no way he could have known that he supply blocked his opponent that bad, but still, Nice engagement point there for LiquidTaeja. EGIncontrol recognizes that and does back off this PvP. Now at the 20-minute mark. How long do PvPs usually last? I have no idea. It's like EGIncontrol blinks up into the main. I don't know if this was a good idea. Focus firing the Immortals. All the Immortals actually do die very nicely there. And EGIncontrol still left with the Stalker advantage. A warp in from Taeja does occur. And look at that. The final Zealot does die for LiquidTaeja. No more buffer on the Stalkers. And EGIncontrol's blink is now up. He can continue to focus fire all of this. If he gets that pylon before the Immortal pops out, will he get it? He does. No more Immortals for LiquidTaeja. And a huge offensive blink by EGIncontrol. Going to continue to pick off every single one of these Stalkers in such good control. LiquidTaeja GG's. EGIncontrol wins the 21-minute PvP battle. What? That game was so sick. Thanks guys for watching that game with me and enjoying that with me. That was so good. If you're a VOD viewer, please subscribe to my Twitter at I'mJerman. Follow me on Twitch, which is my twitch.tv/I'mJerman, and follow me on Twitter, I'mJerman. Subscribe to me on YouTube. There we go. I'mJerman049991. Thank you guys so much and have